It's Week 13 of the NFL. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Eagles and the Saints on Sunday night.
Welcome, football fans, to the birthplace of America, the city of brotherly love. The place where you'll find the best cheesesteak made in this country and some of the best football played inside of Lincoln Financial Field. Joined by the former NFL quarterback, in the booth, Mr. Bracure, I'm Kate Scott. In your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these...
Set to go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And the nightcap to a busy Sunday is underway. This return starts at the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And it's going to be the man under center who brings him out now in his 9th NFL season.
He's one of the select group of quarterbacks where when he takes the field, everyone, and I mean everyone, takes notice. He's part of the game's elite and the game's most important position. And it really is a spectacle, Kate, anytime he leads an offense out, because you know he's capable of plays that other quarterbacks in this league simply cannot make.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. From the 29. Setting up the screen. And they have that one contained right at the line. It's Nolan Smith there for the stop. The Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. Here comes the Saints punting unit. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
Hey, it's very easy for me to use all these psychological cliches, Kate, right? Gotta flush it. You gotta play one play at a time. You gotta flush last week's 5-interception performance, but the reality is you gotta be in the moment. You can't even be thinking about last week. You gotta think about every play, guard that ball with everything you got, and most importantly, help your team find a W.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Saquon Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Hurts now from the gun. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. We got a touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles don't need long to take a 6-0 lead. Touchdown! He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ballgame.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Butker with the extra point. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And this return gets to the 30 before he stops. This New Orleans offense readied up for its 2nd drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. They go play action on first. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now looking to throw. He's on the move. A small 4-yard check in. Big Jordan Davis getting there for the tackle. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. He's going to throw this one. They can try and salvage something. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
No return on that punt. And the Eagles will take possession. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. He'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's complete, here's Brown. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I know the combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Shotgun snap for Hurts. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that sack.
And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Airing it out to start this drive. To the outside and complete to Olave.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
He completes it in traffic. That's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line, thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. This finds Cooks, complete. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. They're throwing it. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So they're left facing a 4th down. On now comes their punter. already, Brock. Third time they've called on him as he gets this away. The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. And they have made it no secret that they want to go his way in this game, right? And the results so far, that's a very promising. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's got Smith. Pick up a few as he heads out of bounds. Saints with 6 DBs out there. We've got a dime look for them on third down. Finds the in route complete. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Saints will get set to take over. They kick the running back in motion. Pass play on 1st and 10. That's Thomas. He's got it. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy on 2nd down.
Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It can be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose. That's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executed.
They'll bring out the punter here. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And that fair catch brought in just beyond the 30-yard line. So no return on that punt. And they're going to take over possession. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. And he's brought down for a loss.
I think this is the part where they run away, Kate. As in run away from that monster. He's just too strong a presence to try to block them inside, and that time, it cost him some yards.
And he's there to send that one away incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react? Read and react. You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
His work begins at the 31. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So we're through one as everyone tries to stay warm on what has been a very cold night. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back for the 2nd quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They got this after forcing a punt at the end of one. Catch made by Cooks. And this one does not go far. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Malone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. This is ahead for about 5. Brought down by Jalen Carter. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. across the 40. Nice run here. And he's taken down just in time at the 2. They rip off a big chunk of field and it sets him up with first and goal.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Here's a movement out there and a drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
And right there's the danger, Kate. You put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass. The defense reacts and reacts well on the side.
And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's sucked down at the 3. A solid run. 70 yards on the pickup, and that brings up third and goal. Keep it on the ground. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
If only this defense could look like that on every day, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Now we're on the field goal try coming up for the Saints. This from just 23 yards away. Brooks' kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
This return starts at the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. They're out and set, first and 10. Throwing from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now Hurts. That's caught with Saquon Barkley. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Here we go, third and less than a yard. Running back sent in motion. Hurts with it on third and short. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down to the 47. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back, I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
First down, run with Barkley. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Back now, pressure on its way. That pass complete to Goddard. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Barkley's got it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the Saints' 19-yard line.
From the 19. This one finds Goddard. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Barkley trying this up the gut. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Hurts now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the Saints go to the dime package here, third down. Hurts setting up to throw. That's caught for the first. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Butker to try the point after. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11. Butker on now to kick this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. Down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. They go play action on first. The man is there to knock that away. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And now they face second down. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
We're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up what's ever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Go all the way. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
Option play, they give it to Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small ball.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
Just fantastic work there. Tiptoeing along the back line. The concentration was there. Great catch for 6.
Yeah, the concentration and the body control. I don't know how these receivers do it in this day and age. There's no space to work with, yet they have such an awareness to secure it first, to tap dance the line, and get that touchdown.
Butker on now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Saints come marching onto the field. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Rolling back, it's the handoff. It's the 2-minute warning now from the wing. And it's the Saints with work to do on 2nd and 12. They'll try and throw it here. The right side, caught by Olave. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. one here. This is hit far. Pulled in at the 20. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up past their own 30. The Eagles headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. First and 10. Here's Hurts. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates now as a receiver in the open field.
It's complete. Here's Brown. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. On the 44-yard line now, first and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Taken in by Smith. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Hurts throwing again. Has it downfield working the left. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk with a nice 21 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Up and good from Blankenship. And it stretches the lead to 21.
I know, you always want to finish drives in the end zone, but no matter what, the important thing is they end in some kind of points. And that's mission accomplished there.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. Throwing it just before halftime. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. But a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. We're at halftime here in Philadelphia, and the Eagles have soared to a lead at the break. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on around the National Football League. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was the visiting Patriots come in and get the victory on the road. The Patriots trying to keep hope alive. And at 7-5, they're still right in the mix for a playoff berth. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they were winners in that ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Commanders. Jahmyr Gibbs, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. The Eagles were led in the first half by their dynamic quarterback, Jalen Hurts. He connected on 3 touchdown passes in those first 2 quarters as his guys have built up a sizable lead here at the break. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Reed now to kick this one away. Starting from the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The home teams ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Finally on the shotgun handoff. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Chase Young bringing him down there. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here.
At the 22-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Goddard makes the catch. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Justin Reed with the tackle.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play as well as a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On 1st down, Hurts finds him on the slant. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Making a stop that time, Kool-Aid McKinstry. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
2nd and 6 at the 38-yard line.
From the 38. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down.
6 yards to go.
Throwing here, Hurts. Flushed out of the pocket. He's running for it. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Hurts now on 4th. Into traffic, complete. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 10, and staring at a turnover on downs, Brock, they pick up the 1st instead.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Back to throw, Hurts. Escapes. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks setting you behind the chains. Well, you've seen how disruptive it is for this offense.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Another try following the sack. He's got Smith. And he gets him around 6 there. That play wrapped up by DeMario Davis. Got to figure out this 3rd down here.
The gain of 6 brings up 3rd and 13.
Hurts to throw. Able to get it to Barkley. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 11-yard line.
Here's Hurts. Cut near the goal line. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Eagles continue piling onto this lead. now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Has him on the quick hitter. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run here on first down. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 46. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Back now, pressure on its way. Hits him on the out route. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First down, New Orleans.
They run it from the gun with Kamara. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You train a little bit of speed, sure. Sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
And he gets very good yardage there. That's down inside the 10. He picks up 8 on the run, and now they're going to have 34. Back to throw. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Cooper to Gene in to pick it up.
Red zone defense, it is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away, that is a gold star effort by the defense.
The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And you can see in these clips quite an extensive highlight reel he's put together in what is a 4-touchdown game for him already.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say this guy's in the zone. I know in hoops, sometimes shooters say that hoop looks and that basket looks enormous. Right? I know on a golf course you're thinking, man, everything is a birdie. For this guy today, 4 touchdowns on the ledger, he's made it look easy.
And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. And play wrapped up by Mario Davis. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Has good room at the 35. And they'll finally get him at the 47-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. That sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
First down throwing for Hurts. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Sent to the ground by Hurts now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Jordan Stout in punt formation.
That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's Eagles ball, and this one looks like it may already be out of reach. The Eagles are in punt formation. Jordan Stout's the one to send it away. And this one did hit at the 8, but took a big bounce and finished its journey in the end zone for a touchback. The Saints are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Looking for a throw here. Getting Olave on the slant. And that will not be enough for a 1st down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Look to throw. This is complete to Olave. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Olave. A gain of 5. 1st down, Saints.
Throwing from the gun here. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. All set up now for 1st and 10.
And the Saints 1st down.
Still sticking with the passing game. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. He'll throw it yet again. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. 3rd and just 2 to go. Shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
And he's brought down.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line. This defense just kept swarming.
And he rips this one out and over the back of the end zone. Incomplete. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He couldn't hang on, Brock. It looked like a touchdown, but it slips right through his hands. And now it's 4th down.
Well, this will actively age a coach on the sidelines. Wrinkles and gray hair, all of it. All the planning, a great play. And careful execution led to that. And it was dropped to the turf.
He got it! Interception!
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience in the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Got that close enough, they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. They didn't add to their lead last time out, so they punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense came at the perfect time.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Their punter making his way out now. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. And he's brought down before the return gets far. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And it'll be their football. Here comes the Saints offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball up. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could play on it.
2nd and 10 now. He completes it in traffic. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. There's the first down, and he's still going. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. Completed over the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
Throwing now from the gun. And he brings it in for a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints putting up points in a game decided. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Saints 10.
Down by 3 scores, their hand is forced. They're going to try the onside kick here. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Eagles make the recovery. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. They run it with Saquon. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Saints' 36-yard line.
Here's another carry for Barkley. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. From the pistol, Hurts. Fights off the pressure. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those. Another shot across the bow of the ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach, because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The New Orleans offense set to go now. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Throwing from the gun. Catch made by Alvin Kamara. He's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. Creates space to take that shot downfield.
Second and 4. Got a man. It's Thomas. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
To Michael Thomas. A 4-yard pickup on the play.
So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Saints trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Pass play coming here. That's Thomas, he's got it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Throwing it again here. Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They'll throw it again. Oh, he got free. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll throw it. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. Working inside the red zone. Has it in close. It's a New Orleans touchdown. So the Saints offense staying on the field. They're going for 2.
The Saints will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. And he makes the catch, so hope not entirely extinguished just yet. Still a little glimmer remaining as that makes it a 2-score game here late. Even after the score, they're still down 2 possessions. Time not exactly on their side as they try this onside kick. And the onside kick doesn't pan out. The Eagles make the recovery. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. This offense and their quarterback make... Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. The Eagles take a knee. They're going to let the seconds tick away in this win. The Saints call their third and final timeout. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee. Setting up for the kneel down on third. He'll go to a knee to close this one out, Brock, and it's only fitting that he's holding the ball in the end after the absolutely tremendous game that he had. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We'll bring things out to